One quiet night, a young woman was sitting in her small room, staring at the ceiling as if searching for answers in the void. She lived her life surrounded by fear and anxiety, spinning in a whirlpool of routine that ruled everything in her day. Her life seemed perfect from the outside, but inside she knew that there was something missing, something deep that prevented her from feeling the real life. She was afraid to take bold steps, afraid to face herself, afraid of failure. The young woman had always avoided facing those thoughts that haunted her in every quiet moment. She was afraid to think about her dreams, her true desires, because she was afraid of being inadequate or unable to achieve them. The fear of failure was like a huge wall in front of her, and she preferred to stay in the comfort zone where nothing changed, where there was no risk or failure. But that night, as loneliness surrounded her, she felt that this fear was no longer acceptable. It was robbing her of her soul. It was imprisoning her in a prison of her own making. She found herself thinking about the moments she had always avoided, the moments when she felt the desire to change, but had withdrawn for fear of not succeeding. She began to recall her past life, to reflect on her decisions, and to silently face all the fears that had been hidden deep within her. Suddenly she realized a bitter truth. There was nothing real that was stopping her from pursuing her dreams except herself. All the fear she had been feeling was nothing but an illusion she had created. At that moment there was a clear moment of realization. She felt a strange mixture of terror and joy, the terror of facing her true self for the first time, and the joy of feeling free from this fear that had been besieging her for years. She realized that she was not really living, but rather running away from life, from herself, and from everything that could give her happiness. That moment was the turning point, the moment when she stopped fearing failure or the judgments of others, and began to see life as it is. She was no longer afraid of the unknown, but felt the strength within it. For the first time she felt alive, and that life is only real when we face our inner fears and overcome them. The next morning the young woman woke up with new feelings. She no longer felt the negativity that weighed on her heart every morning. She saw the world with different eyes, full of potential and opportunities. Failure no longer scared her, and she no longer hesitated to make new decisions that might be risky. She felt that she was able to bear anything, because true strength no longer came from escaping, but from the courage to face what she feared to face.